ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Let us chant from sixth mantra. Hrit Pundarikam Virajam. Hrit Pundarikam Virajam Vishuddham.
पुण्डरीकं विरजं विशुद्धं
विचिन्त्य मध्ये विशदं विशोकम्
विचिन्त्य मध्ये विशदं विशोकम्
अचिन्त्यमव्यक्तमनन्तरूपम्
अचिन्त्यमव्यक्तमनन्तरूपम्
शिवं प्रशान्तममृतं ब्रह्मयोनिम्
शिवं प्रशान्त अमृतं ब्रह्मयोनिम्
तथा मध्यान्तविहीनमेकम्
तथादिमध्यान्तविहीनमेकम्
विभुं चिदानन्दमरूपमद्भुतम्
विभुं चिदानन्द अरूपमद्भुतम्
उमासहायं परमेश्वरं प्रभुम्
उमासहायं परमेश्वरप्रभुम्
त्रिलोचनं नीलकण्ठं प्रशान्तम्
त्रिलोचनं नीलकण्ठं प्रशान्तम्
ध्यात्वा मुनिर्गच्छति भूतयोनिम्
ध्यात्वा मुनिर्गच्छति भूतयोनिम्
समस्तसाक्षिं तमसः परस्तात्
समस्तसाक्षिं तमसः परस्तात्
स ब्रह्मा स शिवः सेन्द्रः
स ब्रह्मा स शिवः सेन्द्रः
सोऽक्षरः परमः स्वराट्
सोऽक्षरः परमः स्वराट्
स एव विष्णुः स प्राणः
स एव विष्णुः स प्राणः
स कालोऽग्निः स चन्द्रमाः
स कालोऽग्निः स चन्द्रमाः
स एव सर्वं यद्भूतम्
स एव सर्वं यद्भूतम्
यच्च भव्यं सनातनम्
यच्च भव्यं सनातनम्
ज्ञात्वा तं मृत्युमत्येति
ज्ञात्वा तं मृत्युमत्येति
नान्यः पन्था विमुक्तये
नान्यः पन्था विमुक्तये
सर्वभूतस्तमात्मानम्
सर्वभूतस्तमात्मानं
सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि
सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि
सम्पश्यन् ब्रह्म परमम्
सम्पश्यन् ब्रह्म परमम्
याति नान्येन हेतुना
याति नान्येन हेतुना
once again सर्वभूतस्तमात्मानम्
सर्वभूतस्तमात्मानं
सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि
सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि
सम्पश्यन् ब्रह्म परमम्
सम्पश्यन् ब्रह्म परमम्
याति नान्येन हेतुना
याति नान्येन हेतुना धन्यवाद
So we were looking at this mantra Sarvabhutastam Atman in the last class. This is a Mahavakyam because both Atma and Brahma are there. Brahman and Atma are there in this mantra. Atmanam Brahma iti sampashyan. Understanding Atma as Brahma, sampashyan. Paramam yati. The one gains the most exalted goal of moksha. That is what is being said. So there is a Mahavakyam right here. Mahavakyam doesn't mean just one or three sentences or four sentences. That is said because they just pick some sample sentences from each of the Vedas. I am Atma Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, and Prajnanam Brahma. Like this, they quote some mantras. That is fine. They are also Mahavakyas, but there are many more Mahavakyas. Even in Bhagavad Gita, there are Mahavakyas. So we'll see that in the next mantra. So this is saying Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam Sampashyan. Atma is what is Atma? Atma is initially mistaken to be the body. Atma is initially mistaken to be the sense organs. Atma is mistaken to be the mind. And any part of the body, Atma is mistaken. Sukshmam Sthulam. Or Atma is mistaken to be the Buddhi. The Buddhi is the Karta. I am the one who did what I did. And I am the one who did what I was not supposed to do. I am the one who did not do what was supposed to be done. All this guilt and hurt is caused by that association with the buddhi as the karta. I am the karta. Therefore, all these are various associations. And the fact that I am not sure where to place the I, that shows that itself is a clue for me that I am something that is different from all these things. And so then this, okay, let's say I am the body is an error, or I am the mind is an error. So that is an error is being shown by this mantra. Two errors are there. I am the body, or I am inside the body. I am the body is one error, or I am inside the body, somewhere inside the body, inside this place, somewhere I am there. Yeah, I understand that I am not the body, but I am there somewhere inside. Now, when we say I am there somewhere inside, we don't know if it is an error or not. Shastram has to come and tell us whether it is right or wrong. So, when I say I am in the body, then Atma is there in some other person's body also. Another Atma is there in some other person's body. Inside her also there is Atma. Inside him also there is Atma. Like this, inside so many jivas, there are Atmas. Therefore, there are many Atmas. These kinds of ideas we get. And so, and we have also heard Atma is there in everybody. Clarity is not given to us when we grow up. And so we easily assume that Atma is many. But this word, Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam. So that Sarva Bhutastaha, that is a word to underline here. Sarva Bhuteshu Tishtati iti Sarva Bhutastaha. Sarva Bhuteshu Tishtati iti means Sarva Bhuteshu Saptami, locative case, in all beings, or in all beings and things, both are okay. In all beings, Tishtati exists. Iti Sarva Bhutastaha. Several samasa, compound words. So that Atma which is there in all beings. And because it is referred to as Atma, Sarva Bhutastaha, in singular, Atma, singular. Atmanam is a second case object. But the first case nominative will be Atma. So Sarva Bhutastaha Atma. That is a word right there. That means what? Atma is single. Atma is Ekam. Previously I thought Atma was Anekam. Anekatma. It is not Anekatma. It is now Ekatma. So that's that word. That word itself reveals that Atma is Ekam. So Ekameva Dvitiyam comes from where? From these ideas that Sarva Bhutastam must be there. Shastram has to tell us. Atma itself, Ekatma itself, not clear. So the fact that that Ekatma has to be, cannot be Aneka Atma, that also Shastram has to tell us. And so, neither Atma resides in the body, nor is the body, nor Atma is the body. Both errors are negated by this word itself. Sarva Bhutas. Therefore, Sarva Bhutastam Atman. Then that Atma, some passion, etc., we will see. That wise person is able to recognize that Atma. That is why Atma is an object in that sentence. All right. Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam. Then another half of that, the second quarter of that, this mantra is what? Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Now Atma is Atmani is Saptami, locative. In Atma. Atmani means in Atma. Previously in what? In Sarva Bhuta. In all beings. Atma is there in all beings. Now Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. It is exactly the opposite. Sarva Bhutas are there in Atma. Hope you see the see the complete difference. It is like saying, it is like saying, this bottle, small bottle, is there in the pot, is there in the pot. And then turning around and say, this pot is there in the bottle. They are two different statements. They are completely two different things. We visualize these as two different things. You can't, if the bottle is in the pot, then the pot cannot be in the bottle. In general, it's not possible. It's not possible at all. So, here he is saying it is possible. Here only it is possible. And it is like saying, first he says, clay is in the pot. Clay is in the pot. Generally, we shake our head and move on. Yeah, yeah, clay is in the pot. Okay, okay. Then he says, pot also is in the clay. Pot is in the clay. Pot is in the clay is a bit hard to digest. Bit hard to digest. Pot is in the clay means what? I thought pot was a container. And you can actually, okay, bottle is in the pot, I can accept. That is easy. That's easy. Bottle is in the pot. Huh? Then you are coming around and saying clay is in the pot. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. That itself is. Then you are saying pot is in the clay. Pot is in the clay. This is what he's saying here. Sarva bhuta nicha atmani. So, that is also not difficult to understand, having understood Vedanta. Pot being mithya, pot being mithya, means pot not being like bottle. Means with respect to clay and pot, if you look at it, bottle and pot are two different entities altogether, independent entities. But pot and clay are not independent entities. They are independent entities. There is some connection between these two, which is not like the connection between the bottle and the pot. Bottle pot, there is adhara adheya bhavaha. There is the support relationship. Adhara adheya bhavaha. We saw it last time. I'm repeating it because important idea. Adhara adheya bhava is there. That is why you can say in and on and under and all that. But for between pot and clay, there is no adhara adheya bhavaha. And that is why, in order to say that, here Brahmaji or Upanishad is saying through the words of Brahmaji Prajapati that Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Clay is in the pot is also in the clay. If that statement is made, it can only mean one thing. What can it mean? It means pot is not located somewhere, clay is not located somewhere in the pot. To which I can show and say, look at that particular location, clay is located. It's not like that. Therefore, Atma being located in the body means it is not like that at all. You can't find a location. Then where is the location? Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Pot is located in clay. Pot is located in clay means the entire pot must be pervaded by clay. Correct? Entire pot is pervaded by clay. There's not one part of the pot where the clay is located. There's no location for clay. The location for clay maximum is the location of the pot. Wherever the pot is, clay is. Like that you can see. You tell me the location of clay, pot, I will tell you the location of clay. That is how your answer will be. Correct? So that is the way Shastra is putting it in a brilliant way. You can say clay is all pervasive. Clay pervades the pot. That is also fine. So Vyapakam, some other mantras you will hear that. But here, this is the way it is saying. Clay was originally in pot. Now pot is also in clay. Sarvabhutastaha Atma. Atma is Sarvabhutastaha. Atma is there in every being, and every being is there in Atma. We saw this in the sixth chapter, 6.29. This is just a recap. I'm just summarizing. Even summarizing, I'm saying whatever I said in the last class, really speaking, because it's important. The recap. This is very easy to visualize. Another beautiful example is there. Another beautiful example. Dream example. Best example for us. Dream. Suppose somebody asks you, are you there in the dream or not? Generally, generally we will be there in the dream. Why should we leave ourselves out in the dream? What a beautiful world is there. I want to be part of this beautiful world. And so we never leave ourselves out. We are there in the dream, no doubt. Okay, you are there in the dream world. Okay, which part of the dream world you are there? Yeah, lot of people were there, lot of things were there, and family. This thing where the wedding was there here, and this thing was there, that thing was there. We were traveling, we went here, there, everything. We flew from America, Singapore to India, and for all the travel, everything is happening in the dream. Correct? Everything is happening. So where I was there in the dream, all right. I was there. Hey, are you there in one part of the dream? That body which I had in the dream, somewhere in the dream, is that where I was? That is the form that you imagined of yourself in the dream. But really speaking, I was there everywhere. I was the one who sustained the whole dream. I was there. I was there in and through the dream. Even the mountain. I was there in the mountain also. I was there in the car also. I was there in the car means not I was sitting in the car. The car itself is I am there. Then the person who was sitting in the car, me also, I. Other family members and friends sitting in the car also, I only. And so, Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam, that Sarva Bhutastha Atma it is. I was there everywhere. I pervaded the entire. Well, at least I was there everywhere. Then Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani, everything, everything is in Atma. The entire dream is happening in Atma only. The entire dream, Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. And that example makes it clear. And I also know that Atma pervades the dream world. Atma pervades the dream world. So the dream example is good to recall. So the Atma that the Shastram is talking about also falls in the same category. Same category means not dream category. Same category means as pervasive as the Atma was in the dream, as pervasive as I was in the dream. That is how it is in the real world, quote unquote real world. Our idea of reality, see, the more often we say real world, we have given so much reality to this world that we have difficulty visualizing another reality which is more real than the real world. Okay. And so, no, Guruji, but that is dream, no. Everything you're saying is correct, but that is dream. But that is dream. Okay, what about dream? Is there anything, something written about dream that we should not analyze or what? Nothing like that. In dream also, see, I'll tell you one thing. Suppose I show you this pair of scissors. This is a pair of scissors. Okay. Now let's call this steel. Okay. There is a portion here. The blades are all made of steel. Blades are made of steel. And the handle is made of, let's say, plastic. Plastic handle, steel blades. Okay. Now, this steel can never become plastic. The plastic can never become steel. Can never become steel. Plastic is plastic, that's it. And steel is steel. And clay is there right here. Clay. Clay is clay only. It cannot become steel. It cannot become plastic. Plastic cannot become clay. Nothing is possible. Such a change is not possible at all in this quote unquote real world. But when you say, I saw Guruji in yesterday's dream, I saw you and I saw you teaching. I saw you holding the pot also, and I saw the scissors also. Everything came in my dream. How? How is it possible? Just now we said steel cannot become plastic, plastic cannot become clay, clay cannot become steel. How come Atma became all these things? One entity cannot become another entity. That is the real world. Then how Atma became all these things, I am asking. It became. It became. Did it? Then you have to wake up and say, I see. I see means what? That was a dream, and you negate whatever you saw. Even though you are not a stupid person in dream, your dream was exactly as intelligent. The dream world was as intelligently made as the real world. Correct? There is nothing. The milk is there, milk is boiling, and you felt the heat in the dream also. And coffee did not have enough sugar, that also you knew everything. Everything is exactly as you experienced in the real world, quote unquote, Vyavaharika, Prapancha. Sun is also rising, and you said, oh my God, I got up a little late today. Everything, all those experiences are real. In the dream itself, they are all real experiences. Swakale Satyavad Bhati. Swakale Satyavad Bhati means during the dream, it appears real only. Satyavad Bhati. Prabodhe Satya Sat, Asat, Prabodhe Satya Sat Bhavet. Prabodhe Sati. When I wake up, then Asat Bhavet. Asat means what? It is dismissed as unreal. Here also it is the same thing. Shankaracharya is going to say in Atmabodha. Samsara swapnatulyo hi ragadvesha sankulaha. Ragadveshadi sankulaha. Samsara is swapnatulyaha. Means what I experience in this world is no different than the dream experience. That's what he's saying. Okay, waking experiences continued after day after day after day after day. That is there. That is different, no doubt. So this is brilliant analysis that they have done. And all that we can bring in here. Sarva bhutastam atmanam, sarva bhutani cha atmani. And like the dream example where I wake up, that waking up is called what? It's called laya. Laya. You know, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya we talk about. Creation, sustenance, and resolution. That laya happens. How do you understand laya? Well, first time, the starting point to understand laya is this dream. Dream world happens, you wake up, dream world is gone. Gone. It was manifest, now it is unmanifest. Gone means gone. Really, it is not gone, it is unmanifest, we say. If it is really gone, it won't come back. What doesn't exist cannot come back. It is there. It is just gone back to Karana Shariram, we say. It is there. It has become unmanifest. This is called Laya. It's called what kind of Laya? Nitya Laya. Nitya Laya means what? Daily Laya. It happens daily. Or at least it happens whenever you have a dream. Let's put it that way. If you don't have a dream every day, see, when you can't even say whether you had a dream last night or not. Sometimes even that memory is not there. Sometimes the dreams you remember for some time. Yeah, I had a lot of dreams last night, you can say. So anyway, laya, it's called Nitya Laya. Nitya Laya. I'm going to talk about types of Laya, okay? This is called Nitya Laya. Daily resolution. Then what? Then there is a Pralaya. Hey, Nitya Laya is with respect to this dream world. Then Pralaya, the Pralaya that is talked about of this cosmos, of this universe. The universe is going to exist for some time, a long time, and then the universe also, the world as we know it, and as we don't know it also, that universe, Prapancha, that also is going to incur a laya, incur a resolution. The Shastram talks about it. And it's also called Pralaya, or it is also called Mahapralaya. All these words are identical in that context. Okay? The Laya of the Samashti, Shariram, Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram. Okay, Laya. Hiranyagarbha also will undergo Laya. Virat, the world, the gross world, universe is also going to undergo a Laya. That is called Mahapralaya. Mahapralaya. How do I visualize Mahapralaya? If you can visualize the Laya of your dream, you can visualize the Laya of the cosmos. If you imagine somebody big dreaming, Ishvara dreaming, and then he woke up, then that is called Mahapralaya or Pralaya. Okay? That's Pralaya. Mahapralaya. Then see, one thing is interesting. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Really speaking, Sthiti is what? Sustenance. Sustenance. Means that which exists constantly is, that status is called Sthiti. But really nothing is constant. Nothing is constant. Really speaking, everything is changing. That is why there is Srishti, there is Laya also. Because things are constantly changing. But you call that some portion of the change you call as Sthiti. Some portion of the change. Between birth and death, some portion of the change is called Sthiti. I'm living. I'm there. Sthiti means what? Sthiti is that which enables you to recognize your friend even after 2 decades. Same person. Hey, the person is different very much. They have changed so much. Yeah, but he's the same friend. We went to school together. That friend only. You could recognize. That is called Sthiti. Something has not changed. That person is the same person. Physically, a lot of changes, no doubt. But there is something about that person. It's the same person. That's called Sthiti. Same mountain. You go to Himalayas, same thing, same Badrinath, but lot of changes happened, but still same Badrinath, same Gangotri, same Nilgiri mountains right here, same temple, Maradumalai, Murugan temple, everything is same. Everything is changing, but everything is same. I know this temple. That is called Sthiti, by the way. All right. So we saw Nitya Laya, then we saw Pralaya or Mahapralaya. Now, there is something called Atyanta Pralaya. What is it, Atyanta Pralaya? We have to see. When I see that there are so many waves, there are so many types of waves are coming, going, and I was amazed by all this. And suddenly I realized that everything is water. Everything is water, nothing but water. Pani hi pani hai. And I see it here without destroying any wave. I don't need the wave to disappear in order for me to say it is all water. I go to the pottery store, whatever this clay store it is, and I go there, it's all clay only. I don't have to destroy any object there in that store in order to recognize clay. Resolution need not happen. The physical laya that happens with the dream world or with the real cosmos does not have to happen for me to recognize that everything is clay. And that is how this boy or young girl who went to the jewelry store with the mother for the first time, she goes inside and said, "Oh, mom, everything is gold." This girl is able to say everything is gold. Gold ornaments don't have to be melted to appreciate that fact. Nothing has to change for that fact to be recognized. This is called Atyanta Pralaya. Atyanta Pralaya means by knowledge, Pralaya happens. By knowledge, nothing has changed. At least in the dream world, when I wake up, I have to wake up in order to say, "Oh my God, it was all me." It was all me. During the dream, you can't. But here, even that does not have to happen. There is no manifestation has need to happen. No unmanifestation needs to happen. Nothing happens, and I recognize everything as gold. I recognize everything as Atma. This is called Atyanta Pralaya. Okay. That is the beauty of this jnanam. That's why constantly Lord Sri Krishna and the Upanishads keep on saying, Yati, Yati, Brahma, reaches Brahma. Hey, this reaching Brahma is not going to a place. It is reaching Brahma means recognizing Brahma as that which is all pervasive. Like the girl recognized gold as everything that was there in the store. That is that Atyanta Pralaya. Okay? So that vision that nothing is separate from Atma, which we understand from this sloka, Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Sampashyan. Like that he's going to say. And so, this one, it is not new to us. Those who have studied Bhagavad Gita cannot be new. Why? The same mantra is there in Bhagavad Gita itself. 6.29, I told you. Sarvabhutastam Atmanam, Sarvabhutani cha Atmani. Another mantra quietly Krishna took from Kaivalya Upanishad. Yeah. And one more thing, 6:30. If you go to that section, you will see next mantra also, next sloka also is like this. Yomam pashyati sarvatra, sarvam cha mayi pashyati. Yomam pashyati sarvatra. Here, sarvabhutastam Atma. The Atma which is there in everything and every being. Here, next he replaces the word Atma by myself. Mam pashyati Ishvara. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra. Mam sarvatra pashyati. The one who sees me everywhere. That is a literal translation. Sees me everywhere. Previously, the one who sees Atma everywhere. Look at Mahavakyas, just galore in this section. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra. Then what? Sarvam cha mayi pashyati. Sarvam cha mayi. Mayi means in me. Sanskrit word. Let's just saptami vibhakti. Vocative case. In me. And yo mam my is sarvam cha mayi pashyati. Sarvam means this universe, jagat. Cha mayi pashyati. In me. Not in this body of Krishna, but in Ishvara. Mayi pashyati. Okay. Then what about that? Tasyaham na pranashyami. Sachamena pranashyati. 6:30, 6.30. Okay. So there he is saying, Tasyaham na pranashyami. For the person who knows that, I will not kill. Aham na pranashyami. Okay, that's what he says there. I will not kill is the Rudi Artha. Na pranashyami. When can a person kill another person? When two people are different, then only one can act on the other. I can love other person, I can hate another person, I can push another person, I can beat another person, I can hug another person. All these are possible when there are two different things. Two different things are there. This contact and this action is possible. He's saying such an action is not possible at all. Why? Because that person and me are identical. Therefore, he says, Tasyaham na pranashyami means I am not remote to that person. I am no longer remote. I am no longer away. That person and me are identical. Therefore, that language Krishna uses here, beautiful language. Tasyaham na pranashyami, sachame na pranashyati. Like that he says. All right. I hope you're able to see all the connections.
Guruji,
Then,
about
of course,
13, 1328,
one minute.
same meaning.
1 minute. 1 minute. Let me finish this. Then you can tell me. Okay. I'm not done yet. So then one more mantra is there. Of course, 6:31 also is there. Continuing. 6:29, 6:30, 6:31. which says Sarvabhutastitam Yomam. Okay, Bhajatyekatvamasthitah Sarvatha Vartamanopi Sayogi Mai Vartate. Sarva, similar sounding words, Sarvabhutashthitam Yomam. Same, Sarvabhutashthitam. So, Mom, here he says Mom, me. Krishna is saying me. There, Sarvabhutastitam Atmanam or Sarvabhutastam Atmanam, both are identical. So, Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Yomam. Instead of saying Atma, here he is saying Mom. Means the me who is there in all beings, Sarva Bhuta Sthitam. Yo means not the English yo. Hey yo, bro, not that yo. Yo means yaha. Yeah, I miss all those words, man. I mean, this language I don't hear in this village. Yo, bro, and all. Nobody's talking like that. Suddenly, I feel I'm missing all these things. I don't know why. Anyway, yo, yaha, Sanskrit, yaha, the one who, okay. Even the word man I don't use anymore. I don't hear also anymore. It's gone from the vocab man. What man? Anyway, yeah, although in India man is very popular. As kids we used to say man and all that. And we never said woman, but we said man a lot. Anyway, so sarva bhutastitam yo mam bhajati ekatvam astita. Bhajati means one who recognizes. One who recognizes me, Krishna is saying, one who recognizes me as present in all beings. Same idea. Same idea. Nothing new here. Okay. Sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mayi vartate. Sarvatha vartamanopi. Even though that person, see, on the one hand, the person is there in all beings, and still the person is busy also. Busy. Sarvatha vartamanopi. Doing things. How can Atma do anything? Atma cannot do anything. That is fine. Let that vision be there. But there is an upadhi for the Atma. That upadhi is the jiva, is this body, mind, sense complex. And so, yeah, continue doing with the upadhi. This is what this Atma has, this upadhi. And everybody has different upadhis. Sri Krishna has an upadhi. He's playing his role as this Govardhan Giridhari flute player, this Veena. He's playing this, not Veena, it is Bansi. Bansi bolte hai, I think. Bansi bajane wala. All these roles he's playing. He's also playing roles. You also should play your role. Sarvatha vartamanopi saha yogi. That person is yogi, yogini. Mayi vartate. Mayi, in me. All these are happening in me. That means now action, all activity is now a big blessing. Is a big leela that is happening. Like a person acting in drama. You enjoy doing that role, playing the role. Whether the role is whether the role is of Arjuna winning the war or of Dasharatha crying and crying and crying and falling down and just dying in a few days. Okay, both roles I play exactly like in that in a skit or in a story. Okay, then we'll come back to you, Satish. Kshetrajnanchapi mam viddi sarva kshetreshu bharata. This also we saw. Kshetrajnanchapi mam viddi sarva kshetreshu. Sarva kshetreshu. Sarva bhuteshu. Mam viddi. Kshetrajna mam. Me, the awareful I, not an inert I. Hey, this I, which is kshetrajna, who is aware of the kshetra. Aware of everything, the entire Jagat. Jagat is not aware of me. I am aware of the Jagat. Jagat can't be aware of me, even though consciousness pervades. But that awareness of the other is not possible. That Shakti is not there in Jada Vastu. But I am not Jada Vastu. Okay, I am Chetana Vastu. And so, Kshetrajnam chapi mam vitti sarva kshetreshu he Bharata. Okay. This is also happens in the 13th chapter. Yes. Satish also mentioned 13th. Then Kshetra Kshetrajnayor Jnanam. Yat Tad Jnanam Matam Mama. Hey, that's my vision. That's my vision I want to teach you. There is a difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Obviously, subject, object, there is a difference. But yet there is no difference also in the essence. Essence of Kshetra and essence of Kshetrajna are identical. Mameva, me, like that he says there. Then, then 9.4, chapter 9, shloka number 4. Okay. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. Good opportunity for us to review all these shlokas. That's why I'm doing this. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Sarvam means jagat again. All means the world, the cosmos. Sarvam, idam sarvam. This entire tatam. Tatam means vyaptam. Look at that. Pervaded. Pervaded. Vyaptam. Previously in the Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam in this mantra, we said it is equivalent to pervading. Here he is using the word pervading. Okay, let's see who's pervading whom. Idam sarvam maya tatam. Pervaded by me. Pervaded by Ishvara. Okay. Jagad avyakta murtina. Idam jagad avyakta murtina is pervaded by this unmanifest murti, like that he's talking about. Okay. Uh, Matstani sarvabhutani nacha aham teshu avastitaha. Same thing, Matstani sarvabhutani. Matstani. Sarva, all beings are in me. As mayi. Mayi sthitani iti matstani. All beings are in me. Like that he's saying here. All beings are in me. Which is the same as this mantra. One half of this mantra. Matstani. Mayi sthitani sarvabhutani. Okay. Nachaham teshu avastitaha. But I am not there in them. But I am not there in them. We saw all these things before. We are just repeating it. But I am not there in them. Then suddenly next shloka, Nacha Matstani Bhutani. Opposite. Opposite of previous. Previously Matstani Sarva Bhutani. Now he's saying Nacha Matstani Bhutani. He says, I am there in every being. Then he's saying, I am not in every being. It is because I am there in every being means if you think of being as existing independent of me, then you better correct your idea. You better correct your idea. There is nothing that is independent of me. Like if you think pot is independent of clay, you better correct your idea. It's not correct. Pot is not independent of me. Every being, no being is independent of me. And therefore, even though I said I am in every being, still I am not in every being. Because being itself is questionable. Only I am there. Maximum I can say I exist. I pervade the whole universe. I'm shy. I don't want to say I am in the universe. I am in the universe to say it's very odd, awkward. There is no universe that is separate from me. Therefore, I'm shy. I can't say I am in the universe. So, nacha matstani bhutani pashyame yogam aishwaram. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, look at my Aishwaram, look at this glory of me, my glory, like that he's saying. You can also say it, Krishna, make it your vision. Don't think it is God's vision and all that, only it applies to God. You have to stand up and say it applies to me also. Previously, I was saying God is great. Now, what should I say? Advaita Vedanta, I love it, I tell you. No, you just can't get away from this. It's never too much.
I am great.
Now you have to say, I am great.
I'm
Don't go
God.
around saying what don't go around saying I'm great, I'm great. That is dangerous. Just keep it to yourself.
How about I
Krishna
am
can go
God?
around saying I'm great. Krishna can say I'm great. But this is the idea. Because Kshetrajnan chapi mam vidhi. So therefore, these are so many ideas that we are getting. And I've made some points here. And Mandukya Upanishad 2.6. This is too much. Skarika. Our thinkers are too great. Adau ante cha yan nasti. What was not there in the beginning? Ante cha yan nasti. What was not there at the end? Before it was not there. Later also it is not there. Okay? Vartamanopi tattata. Even now it is true. Previously the pot was not there because I told you I purchased it somewhere. Now it is 4 years, probably 5 years. So let's say pre-corona. So 6 years, let's say. 6 years before this pot was not there. 7 years before it definitely not there. 6 years before they made it. It gave birth. Pot was born. Then later on also it will not be there. It will not be there after some time, after some years. So, Adav yan nasti, that which is not there before, or which was not there before, and that which will not be there later, Vartamanayapi tattata. Hey, even right now, Vartamanaha, Vartamana Kalaha, present tense they say. So, even now, when you say it exists, really speaking, I say it does not exist. That is what, who says that? Shankaracharya's Guru's Guru Gaudapada says that. Karika. Okay? Bold statements they make like this. How can you say pot does not exist? Okay, you can give a name pot. You have given a name pot, you have started using it also. And pot is different from some other object. Good. So it helps in communication. How can you say pot does not exist? Good. That is fine. Vyavaharika Satyam. That's why we say three. We divide Satyam into three. One is Paramarthika Satyam, which is like dream or like mirage water. Pratibhasika Satyam. Pratibhasika Satyam. Abhasa. It is simply a projection. My own projection. And then Vyavaharika Satyam and Paramarthika Satyam. You know that. And so that helps. That difference, that categorization of reality is very useful. It's what makes Vedanta shine. All right. Then more. I'm not done yet. More references we are connecting. Okay. Kathopanishad 2.2.5. Make a note of it. You may not have the book with you. Na pranena na apanena martyo jivati kaschana. Martyaha jivati kaschana. The living beings, the martyaha means this mortal is living. Right now I am living. We are all living. Why do I live? Because the lung is working, the heart is working, everything is working. That's why I am alive. Katopani Yama says, no, that is not the way it is. Na pranena, na apanena jivati. No, you are thinking prana is what makes this body alive. And apana means all other physiological processes and all the processes that are required for the body to be called, labeled as alive. It is not like that. It's not what you think it is. Na pranena, na apanena. Not due to all these functions. Then what? Itarena tu jivanti. Itarena tu jivanti. It is living because of something else. Itara means something else. Itarena tu jivanti. Can you tell me something more? Yasmin yetau upashritau. That in which the everything is existing, that which sustains everything. That is why I am alive. Like that, Yama is saying. So it's a different kind of life he's talking about. Okay. And so that is another example. Then chapter 15th. Chapter 15 also we have, you can make a note. 15:10. 15:10. Utkramanti sthitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudhananupashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. Utkramanti sthitam vapi. That which is departing the body, when the body dies, that which is utkramanti, departing, that which is departing, utkramanti, sthitam vapi. Sthitam means what? No, that which is there, when I am alive, it is there. Something is there in the body. Sukshma shariram, let's say. Utkramanti sthitam vapi, bhunjanam va gunanvitam. And that which is active during that living period. Jnanam. A lot of experiences are being enjoyed. A lot of things are being experienced. Bhunjanan Vapi Gunanvitam. And endowed with so much variety. Variety. They say variety is the spice of life. And so from morning to evening, everything is different. Same experience again also. Different experience, new experience. Most of the time, it's all same experience. That's why it is all boring. Boring. Life is boring. Life is boring, and then we end up in a Vedanta class, and Vedanta class also the same thing also. So that also becomes boring. Anyway, that is different. But here, Bhunjananva Gunanvitam, that same entity which is departing and which is there here. Okay, what about that? What about that? Vimudaha na anupashyanti. Pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. That entity, whether it is moving or not, whether it is stationary, whether it is all pervasive or small pervasive, okay, all these things, jnana chakshushaha pashyanti. Means what? People who have the jnana chakshu, those people see. Those people see the reality of that Atma. And vimudaha na anupashyanti. Vimudaha na anupashyanti. The people who other people who are confused, they are unable to see. That's what he's saying. Then the third boon, this our Nachiketa, not Shankara. Nachiketa is waiting for the third boon. He is such a guy. He knows exactly. First he asked for his father, and then he asked. Next he asked for all the people who want to go to heaven. Second boon was asked, and third boon was for himself. येयं प्रेते विचिकित्सा मनुष्ये अस्तीत्येके नायमस्तीति चैके एतद् विद्याम् अनुशिष्टस्त्वयाहम्. Some people say asti iti eke. Some people say this Atma exists. Some people say nothing. After death, basmam, that's it. Ho gaya, katam ho gaya, story is over. And some people say like that. What is the truth? Etat vidyam anushishtastvayaham. By you, I want to be taught about that about which there is so much doubt. Vichikitsa. Vichikitsa. So much doubt is there. So much shamshaya is there. Sandeham is there. Okay. Varanam esha varastritya. This is my third boon. He's asking. Previously, what did Krishna say? Vimuda nanu pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. Now, this Nachiketa is asking about that entity. That means who is Nachiketa? That means who is Nachiketa?
Chakshusha. He is a jnana
Sorry?
He is a jnana chakshu.
Jnana chakshushaha. He is a jnana chakshusha. Of course, he does not have jnanam yet. So we can't quite say jnana chakshuhu. We can definitely say he is not a vimudaha. I was expecting that answer. Because he is there already. He is getting there.
Jitnyasu.
So, Huh? Jignasu, correct. Correct. Jignasu for sure. So, Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Sarvabhutani cha Atmani. And what
Paripashyanti
about
also refers, Jaykumarji,
huh?
Paripashyanti Dhiraha.
Ah,
That can be
Paripashyanti
also
Deva.
referred. Yeah, he is
Yeah, yeah.
Dhira Nachiketa.
Yeah, we can say Dhyam Ratiti Dhiraha. One who uses one's mind is a Dhiraha. So, Viveki. Yeah, you can say that. Depends on the context sometimes. Sometimes Dhira refers to a Jnani. And so, based on the context, we can say. So let's see. So let's complete the shlokas, no? Sarva bhutastitam, Sarva bhutastam atmanam, Sarva bhutani cha atmani, sampashyan brahma paramam yati na anyena hetuna. Okay, what does our Amaradasa Maniprabha say? Sarva bhutastam atmanam. Okay, do you know what he says? He says, Nikhileshu sthavara jangameshu tishtati. What did we say? Sarvabhutastam sarvabhuteshu tishtati, we said. Saptati. That which exists in all beings. Same thing he's saying here. Nikhileshu sthavara jangameshu tishtati. Nikhileshu sthavara jangameshu. Sthavaram jangamam. The world is divided into moving and unmoving.
Nikhileshu means
Chetanam jadam, moving, unmoving. Sthavaram jangameshu. Okay. Nikhilesh, Asheshesh, entire, Sarvesh. That is, I mean, Nikhila means what? Akhila. Without leaving anything out. Nikhila. Without leaving anything out. Tishtati iti. That's how Maniprabha is saying. Okay. Sarva bhutastam atmanam. He says, Asmat pratyaya vyavahara yogyam. Atma is that which has the capacity to be referred to as I. In our conversations, when I say I, that I is not an ordinary I. It means so much for the Shastram. And so hang on to the I, because that I is a so important thing. You made a mistake and then I'm going to correct the mistake. So that Asmat Pratyaya Vyavahara Yogyam. Okay. You can look up Maniprabha later. That's what he's saying for Atma. Alright. Then, what about the other one? Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Sarva Bhutani, again he says, Nikhilani Sthavara Jangamani. Earlier he said Nikhileshu Sthavara Jangameshu. Here he is changing the case, that's all. Nikhilani Sthavara Jangamani means all beings, without exception, the entire universe. Okay. Then Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Atmani is what? Ananda Atmani Aham Pratyaya Yogye. Previously Aham Pratyaya he said Yogyaha. Here also Aham Pratyaya Yogyaha. And Ananda Atmani. He is using the word Ananda there. Ananda Atmani. Don't lose track of this whole thing. That's what he's saying. It's Ananda Atma only. Still, after all this analysis. Okay. And then he says one more thing. Chakaraha. There is this cha, no? Cha and all, you can't ignore all these words. Just because it's one akshara, you ignore it. No, not like that. He says, look at this. Chakaraha, adhara, adheya, bhava, vyutkramarthaha, he says. He's saying, chakara, the meaning of cha is and in Sanskrit. Why don't you say and? And no, he says, and, that word is and only, but he says, it is for negating the adhara, adheya, bhavaha. What is adhara, adheya, bhavaha? You know by now. And whenever there is something is supporting something else, it is called adhara, adheya, bhava. Between the pot and the bottle, there is adhara adheya bhava. Between this palm and the pot, there is adhara adheya bhava. Between this laptop and table, there is adhara adheya bhava. He's saying adhara adheya bhava vyutkramartha. Vyutkrama means to negate, counter. Vyutkrama. Nishedhartam, you can say. Nisheda, negating. There is no such adhara adheya bhava between Atma and Jagat. That is how he is explaining. Look at that. He assumes we understand all these things. All right. Let's go back to the shloka here. And Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani Sampashyan Brahma Paramam Yati na Anyena Hetuna. Yati. Yati. Maniprabha says Prapnoti. Prapnoti. Gains. What does he gain? Paramam Brahma Yati. Yati Prapnoti. Sampashyan, clearly see. Samyak Pashyan, seeing clearly, means knowing clearly. Okay. And Maniprabha says, Samshaya Viparyayam Antarena Avalokayan. Avalokayan means seeing clearly. Look. In Sanskrit, look. I think the look, English look has come direct copy paste into English from Sanskrit. Look that. So, avalokayan, ava rakshane. So, this seeing is not ordinary seeing. This seeing is what protects me. And that is why it's called avalok. Avalokayan. Having understood it clearly. And what is the meaning of understood clearly? Samshaya viparyaya antarena. Antarena means vina, without antarena. That's a word in Sanskrit. Vina, without what? Samshaya and viparyaya. Without any doubt. Samshaya, sandeha. Without any sandeha. And viparyaya. Viparyaya means opposite meanings, wrong meanings. Doubt is there is okay. At least I am getting closer to the truth. But opposite meaning. Viparyaya. This is how they say. Samshaya viparyayam vina antarena. That is called sampashyan. Okay. Then Brahman also he has something to say. You know what he says? Brihat Desha Kala Vastu Paricheda Shunyam. Now you all understand these things very well. Brihat means massive. And how massive? Desha Kala Vastu Paricheda Shunyam. Means it is not limited. Paricheda Shunyam means aparichedaha. Absence of paricheda by what? There are three things that limit anything. What are the three things? Desha, Kala and Vastu. At this language. This is all Advaita Vedanta language. Desha means space. It is not limited by space. It means all pervasive. Then Kala. Kala means time. It may be all pervasive, but after many years, it can slowly say, okay, my time's up, and it can go off. And then no, Kala Paricheda also is not there. Then Vastu Paricheda might be there. What is Vastu Paricheda? Hey, Vastu Paricheda means by virtue of calling this a pot, this pot is not book, pot is not light, pot is not fan, pot is not chair, pot is not this cloth, pot is not the house, pot is not the tree, pot is not everything else. Suppose there are a trillion things in this universe, pot is one of those trillion things. None of those trillion minus one things. It is called Vastu Paricheda. By calling itself a pot, you are limiting the object. You are limiting the object to be exactly what you called it, which is pot. That is called Vastu Paricheda. Limitation by virtue of object, being an object. Just being an object itself is limiting. Okay, so that's what he's saying here. Desha Kala Vastu Paricheda Shunyam Brihat Then Paramam, he says, Utkrishtam Anupacharitam. It is exalted. It is something very different. Anupacharitam, which has no equal. Which has no equal. That is called Paramam. Utkrishtam Anupacharitam, he says. No comparison at all. You can't give an example for Brahman. Brahman is like what? Means what? What will you say? Nothing. Brahman is Nirgunam. Whatever I am going to say will have Gunam. And therefore, there is no example possible. So, Paramam Yati Na Anyena Hetuna Nanyaf Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. Anyaf Pantha. There is no other way. For moksha, there is no other way. What is this? This is very sad. I thought Hinduism was the only religion which provided so many countless ways for moksha. Now this Upanishad is saying, na anyena hetuna. Hetu means karanam. Na anyena karanena. Na yati. Or puts it differently. Anyena hetuna na yati. The person does not gain moksha through any other means. Anyena hetuna. Hey, we've discussed this enough. And because it is praptasya praptihi, it is gaining what is already gained but not known. Because ignorance is the problem, knowledge alone can remove. Knowledge alone can be the solution to that. Therefore, na anyena hetuna. That is why Shankaracharya says in the Viveka Chudamani, right up front, he said few months ago we saw it. Patantu Shastrani. Yajantu devan, kurvantu karmani, bhajantu devataha. You can do whatever you want. You can want to study Shastram, go study. Yajantu devan, you want to do yagas and homas, go for it. Okay, kurvantu karmani, I'm going to do all these things. You do all things that you want to do. Kurvantu karmani, bhajantu devataha. Okay, worship all devatas, by shlokas and other things. Okay, by parayanam and all. Yes, go ahead and do it. आत्मैक्य बोधेन विना न सिद्ध्यति विमुक्ति. Vimukti, moksha is not possible without knowing the equality between Atma and Brahma. Atma aikya bodhena vina na siddhyanti. Brahma shatantarepi. Even after hundreds of Brahma years, not possible. Like that he said. That is what he's saying here. Na anyena hetuna. So we will translate this and conclude in the next class. Because that will take another 3-4 minutes. We'll do it in the next class. Yes, Satish, you can mention, you're going to say something, you can tell it in the satsang period.
Okay.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.